Have you ever caught yourself thinking that no matter how much you earn, it's never going to be enough? That even if you doubled your salary tomorrow, you'd still feel that emptiness, that sensation that something's always missing? If you're here right now, you probably know this feeling all too well. And I need to tell you something important. You're not alone in this, and what you're feeling has way more to do with your mind than with the number showing up in your bank account. Let me paint you a picture of what this reality looks like. You work hard, you hustle, you put in overtime, you take on that extra project on the weekend. Your paycheck hits your account, and for a few minutes, you breathe easy. But that feeling doesn't last long, not long at all. Soon comes the mental list of everything you need to pay, everything you need to buy, everything that's still missing for you to feel even remotely secure. And suddenly, that money that seemed like so much when you first saw the deposit amount now feels like crumbs compared to everything you need to take care of. And there's more. Even when you get a raise, when that promotion finally happens, when you close that deal you've been waiting on for months, the relief is temporary. Within a few weeks, you're back to the same emotional place as before. It's like you're running on a treadmill that never stops, and the faster you run, the faster it speeds up. You look around and see people making less than you, apparently living way more peacefully, and it confuses you. Where are you going wrong? Why does it never seem like enough for you? The guilt comes right after. You question whether you're too ambitious, whether you're materialistic, whether you're always wanting more when you should be satisfied with what you have. But at the same time, you know you're not asking for crazy luxuries. You just want to feel secure. You just want to sleep at night without mentally calculating how much is left to pay for this or that. You just want to stop living with that weight on your chest every time you think about money. What's happening to you is called the never enough syndrome, and it's directly linked to a scarcity mindset. You know what that means? It means your brain is programmed to believe that money is a limited resource that could run out at any moment. And because of that, it's never going to let you feel like you have enough. Doesn't matter how much comes into your account. Doesn't matter how many zeros you add to your net worth. Your mind is always going to find a reason to tell you it's still not safe to relax. This mindset usually forms in childhood or during moments of real scarcity you experienced in the past. Maybe you grew up watching your parents fight about money. Maybe you went through some period of financial hardship that left a deep mark. Or maybe you absorbed the financial anxiety from people around you without even realizing it. And now, even though your reality is different, your mind keeps operating in survival mode, always on high alert, always preparing for the worst possible scenario. Let me introduce you to Sarah. She's a lawyer, makes really good money, owns her own condo, drives a new car, travels at least twice a year. To anyone looking from the outside, Sarah has her life together. But on the inside, Sarah lives in constant financial panic. She wakes up at 3 in the morning thinking about how much she needs to have saved to retire. She makes obsessive spreadsheets, calculates catastrophic scenarios, and constantly deprives herself of small pleasures because in her head, she needs to save more, always more. What's really interesting is that Sarah already has an emergency fund that would cover 2 years without working. But that doesn't matter. For her, it's never enough. She sees colleagues who make half what she makes living way more lightly, enjoying life, and she doesn't understand how they do it. The truth is, Sarah doesn't have a money problem. Sarah has a psychological problem with money. And until she understands that, she could make double, triple the amount, and the feeling would stay the same. And you know what the cruelest part of all this is? While you're stuck in this mindset, you're losing the present. You stop enjoying what you've accomplished because you're always focused on what's still missing. You postpone happiness for a future that never arrives, because when you finally reach that financial goal you had in your head, your mind has already created a new one, always a little further away, always a little more impossible to reach. But there is a way out, and it starts when you understand that this financial behavior isn't about numbers, it's about your emotional relationship with money. The first thing you need to do is stop waiting for some magic amount of money to finally make you feel secure. It won't, because true financial security isn't a number in your account, it's a state of mind. And while you're waiting for that magic number, your life is happening right now. Start questioning your fears. When that thought that it's not enough shows up, ask yourself, not enough for what? For which catastrophic scenario that's probably never going to happen are you preparing for? And more importantly, how much of your present are you willing to sacrifice for a future that might never arrive?
Learn to celebrate your wins. When you get that raise, when you manage to pay off that debt, when you hit that goal, allow yourself to feel proud. Allow yourself to recognize that you're making progress. Because if you don't do that, your brain is going to keep operating in scarcity mode, always seeing only what's missing, never what you've already achieved. And here's the most important part. Start training your mind for abundance. This doesn't mean spending irresponsibly or ignoring financial reality. It means understanding that you can be responsible with money without living in a constant state of panic. It means believing that you're capable of earning more if you need to, that you have internal resources beyond money, and that your security doesn't depend only on your bank balance. Now I want to hear from you. Do you also live with this feeling that it's never enough, that no matter how much you achieve, something's always missing? If what I'm describing has happened to you, drop an "I feel this way" in the comments. You'll realize you're not alone. And if you want to understand more about how your mind sabotages your financial life, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. In the next video, we're going to talk about why you feel guilty every time you spend money, even when it's on things you actually need. See you then.